Hello everyone, myself Shital Dumne. I'm working as an assistant professor from NDMAP's College of Engineering in ANTC department. Now in this video, I'm going to discuss about the architecture of IoT. Nowadays, we are listening the term IoT, that is the Internet of Things everywhere. Now, what is this IoT and what is the architecture of this IoT? What are the applications of IoT? Now we are seeing some applications of IoT nowadays. Now IoT wants to connect all potential objects to interact with each other on the internet to provide secure, comfort life for human beings. So what are the problems with the human beings that can be solved and that can be interconnected with the help of internet? As we have nowadays, we have internet infrastructure wherever and we can use it whenever. So wherever you will be there, you can have the internet access on your mobile phones, on your laptops also. So IoT could be used to solve the problems of human beings, such as, just for examples, I will tell you that the city parking, traffic light control, toll collection services. These are the all automatic, and that automation is nothing but your the part of Internet of Things. IoT use various sensors currently being actively used in agriculture. IoT plays a very critical role or the important role in agriculture, as they're having the number of sensors relate to agriculture. For example, monitor the humidity, temperature, pH level of soil, then wind speed, rainfalls. All these are the sensors available in the market nowadays. So objective of this that first is the functional block diagram of IoT. IoT architecture layers. I will discuss only the 2 points in this video. IoT is an important topic in technology, industry, policy, and engineering circles and has become headline news in both the specialty press and popular media. While the term Internet of Things is relatively new, but the concept of combining the computer and networks to monitor and control devices has been around for decades in 1990s. As we are moving towards the Internet of Things, the number of sensors deployed around world is growing at a rapid pace. Market research has shown a significant growth of sensor deployment over the past decade and predicted a significant increment of the growth rate in the future. The researchers estimate that within the 2 years from now, there will be around 30 billion IoT devices and global market of $7.1 trillions. So in 2022, this will be the situation that IoT has defining the role in all over world. Here we have the functional block diagram of IoT. It having 4 parts in functional block diagram: sensors, processors, gateways and applications. We can say this is the building blocks of the IoT. First part, that is the sensors. Now this is the main part of your IoT, as your data will be collected by the sensors. This forms the front end of the IoT devices. These are called as things. So the term Internet of Things, the things are related to your all the input devices, all the sensors. So these are called as the things of the system. Their main purpose is to collect the data from its surroundings with the help of sensors or give out data to surrounding with the help of actuators. These have to be uniquely identifiable devices with a unique IP address so that they can be easily identified over the large network. These have to be active in nature, which means that they should be able to collect real-time data. So your real-time data will be collected with the help of sensor. Now there are a number of sensors nowadays in the market. So real-time data is also possible to access. This can either work on their own, autonomous in nature, or can be made to work by the user depending on their needs. That is, we can say, user control. Here just examples of sensors are there, that is gas sensors, water quality sensor, moisture sensor. These are just example, but nowadays in the market thousands of numbers of sensors are available. So this is the first part of the functional block diagram of IoT, that is the sensors. Second part is the processor. This is the main part of the functional block diagram, that is the processor are the brain of your IoT system. Here you can have the, you can say the microcontroller or processor is a part, will be here as a processor. Their main function is to process the data captured by the sensors and process them so as to extract the valuable data from the enormous amount of raw data collected. In a word, we can say that it gives intelligence to the data. So this processor is a part of your, we can say, the computation. Processor mostly work on real-time basis and can be easily controlled by applications. These are also responsible for securing the data, that is performing encryption and decryption of data. Embedded hardware devices, just like I told you, that is microcontrollers, are the ones that process the data because they have the processor attached to it. So what are the functions that it has to perform, that the processor will give out that output to the output devices. So here the Internet of Things, we can say the very basic concept is that your sensors will sense the data according to the application, according to the type of sensor you are using. It will sense the data, it will give that data to the processor. Processor will perform the operation on that, and then it will be given to with the help of gateways, and depending on the application it will give the output devices depending on that. Next part is the gateways. Gateways are responsible for routing the processed data and send it to proper location for its proper utilization. So gateways are also important in IoT because they will give the path to the data where it has to go or at what proper location it has to go. In other words, we can say that gateways helps in to and fro communication of the data. It provides network connectivity to the data. Network connectivity is essential for IoT system to communicate. Without network system, we cannot say it's the IoT because Internet of Things. The first term Internet now in a picture, that you can communicate with the help of your Internet or the your LAN, WAN, PAN, etc. are the examples of network gateways. So this is the third part of your functional block diagram. Now next is the applications. Number of applications you can carry out with using the IoT, home automation applications, security system, then industrial control hubs. Number of applications, medical applications you can carry out. Applications form another end of the IoT system. Applications are essential for proper utilization of all the data collected. These cloud-based applications which are responsible for rendering the effective meaning of to the data collected. Applications are controlled by users and are a delivery point of particular services. So according to the applications, you can use the you can choose the sensor. First you define the application, what application you have to carry out in IoT, and according to that you can choose the input devices that are the sensor. For example, if you want to sense the data or the room temperature of any room, then you should have to choose the first the temperature sensor that should be easily available and which should be have the more accuracy and reliability. So according to the application you choose the sensors. So we can say these are the two ends of the IoT, that is sensors and applications. So this is all about the functional block diagram of IoT. Next is IoT architecture layers. That architecture layers, some people will define 3 layers, some define 4 layers, some define the 5 layers. But that all are same as 3 layer, 4 layer, 5 layer. Here I have shown that the 4 layers of IoT architecture. First is the sensor connectivity and network. Second is gateway and network. Third is management service layer and the application layer. So what should be there in sensor network? Your sensor or actuators, RFID, barcodes, any tags. Gateway, I told you gateway means where it has to go and how it has to go. It should be depends on your gateway network layer. So your Ethernet, Wi-Fi network, this should be come in your gateway network layer. Management service, device modeling, configuration and management, security control, or you can say the analysis of data in management service. And the last layer is the application layer. Number of applications are there that can be carried out in IoT. Here the examples are shown, that is environmental, people tracking, surveillance, supply chain, energy. Number of applications can be carried out with IoT. We'll go in details about one by one layer. First is the sensor connectivity and network layer. This is the physical layer we can say for IoT, or this is the basic layer of the IoT. This layer consists of RFID tags, sensors, which are essential part of your IoT system, which can be used to collect the raw data. This forms the essential things of an IoT system. These sensors, RFID tags, are wireless devices and form the wireless sensor networks. Number of wireless sensor networks can be formed with the help of these wireless devices. So your sensors should be wireless. It's not mandatory that you should have the wireless sensors. If you have the wireless sensor, then also it's possible. Then these wireless devices form the wireless sensor networks. Sensors are active in nature, which means that real-time information is to be collected and processed. This layer also has network connectivity. This is the combined part, that is sensor, connectivity and network layer. It has a network connectivity like you have the wireless sensor, wireless connectivity or the LAN connectivity, which is responsible for communicating raw data to the next layer, which is the gateway and network layer. The devices which are comprised of WSN, that is wireless sensor network, have finite storage capacity, restricted communication bandwidth and have small processing speed. So nodes are formed that are nothing but your wireless devices. That nodes should be connected at a point which forms the wireless sensor network. So that wireless network sensor should have some characteristics, or we can say the features, that the finite storage capacity, they should have the restricted communication bandwidth and have small processing speed. Now we have different sensors for different applications. Just now I told you that temperature sensor for collecting the temperature, water quality for examining water quality, moisture sensors for measuring the moisture content of atmosphere or soil. So this is the sensor or connectivity network layer. Here we have the Wi-Fi or Ethernet, LAN connectivity. If you have the PAN connectivity, personal area network, then you have the ZigBee, Bluetooth, that is in your mobile phones you have. Then solid state, infrared, catalyst, photo analyzation, and the tag, that is the RFID, or nowadays the barcodes will become, that is the part of your the sensors and connectivity and network layer. Next is the gateway and network layer. Gateways are responsible for routing the data coming from the sensors, connectivity and network layer, and it passes to the next layer, which is the management service layer. This layer requires having the large storage capacity for storing the enormous amount of data collected by sensors or RFID tag. Whatever the data is collected, so that collected data that having the large capacity for storage. This layer needs to have the consistency tested performance in terms of public, private and hybrid network. Different IoT device works on different kinds of network protocols. All these protocols are required to be assimilated into a single layer. This layer is responsible for integrating various network protocols. Number of protocols are available for the IoT. For example, you have MQTT protocol, that is the network layer protocol. Nowadays, this MQTT protocol is used with the help of applications. This is just the gateway or network layer. Again, you have what type of gateway, whether you have the wireless network or you have the LAN. If you have the LAN, then you have the Ethernet or the Wi-Fi LAN, and if you have the wireless network, that can be a GSM or UMLTS. Now your gateways, I told you that you should have the microcontroller devices, radio communication module, signal processing unit, or you can say the embedded part of that your uh, system. Next is management service layer. This layer is used for managing IoT devices. This layer is responsible for securing analysis of IoT devices, analysis of information, and device management. Data management is required to extract necessary information from the enormous amount of raw data collected by the sensor devices. In short, we can say it can analyze the data. So this is the use in that analysis will be done in management service layer. A certain situation requires immediate response to the situation. This layer helps in doing that by abstracting data, extracting information and managing the data flow. So this layer is responsible for data mining, text mining and service analytics. This is the main part of the IoT. We can say that your analysis of your data can be done in this layer with the help of, you can say, the IoT platforms. So your collection, visualization and analysis of data collected from the sensors and devices will be done with the help of IoT platforms in this layer. See here, if you have the data, its security part will become in this management service layer. Next is the application layer. Application layer forms the topmost layer of IoT architecture, which is responsible for effective utilization of data collected. Various IoT applications include home automation, e-health, e-government, etc. Now from the figure we can say below, we can see that there are two types of applications which are horizontal market, which include fleet management, supply chain, and sector wise applications of IoT we have energy, healthcare and retail. So here you have the two types, you can say, of your application layer. Horizontal, it is fleet management, asset management, supply chain, people tracking, your surveillance, and sector, your energy, healthcare, retail, that comes in this sector. So this is the application layer of your IoT. So this we have discussed just a small topic, that is the IoT architecture. After this, your architecture is divided in again two parts, that is physical design of IoT and logical design of IoT. That we will discuss in next part. Thank you.